What's up everyone, this is Vesper. This is the final part of my changes video. If you guys missed out on part 1 and 2, I'll put the links above in the video or in the video description. Part 1 I cover the game mechanics, and part 2 I go over Ryu, Chun-Li, and Bison. So as usual guys, I'll remind you that this is not every single little change, especially the damage changes, but for the most part I'll show you the important ones. These are the changes from the E3 build or Phase 1 to Phase 2, and I might include some bonus changes in the notes. So let's begin with Cammy. Cammy's back hard punch command normal has now been changed to back medium punch. The animation remains the same, but since it uses medium punch now, it naturally loses some damage. It could still be used as an anti-air, but it's lost some horizontal range, so you gotta be more accurate with it now. Cammy's new back medium punch command normal no longer links after her forward hard kick command normal. So this is a good example on how it lost some of its horizontal range. Because you can't link into her back medium punch, you thus can't link into her target combo after her forward hard kick. But Cammy can still link into crouching medium punch into spiral arrow, so she doesn't lose out on that much damage. The inputs for Cammy's target combo has been changed to back medium punch standing hard kick. Naturally, if they change Cammy's back hard punch to back medium punch, they have to change the commands for her target combo as well, so it's still the same, just a little bit less damage. It's also worth noting that you can link into this target combo still with crouching light punch. This is a great alternative since Cammy lost the ability to link a crouching light punch into crouching medium punch. From what I read though, I heard that Cammy can no longer cancel into her super from her target combo. Next change, Cammy's super has been changed to quarter circle forward twice into kick. This change allows Cammy players to more easily cancel their cannon spike into super because it's the same direction. If you guys were curious on what the motion was before, it was quarter circle back twice into kick. And another small change they did is that her hard kick version of her super no longer travels full screen. Cammy's V skill now builds V gauge on whiff. It's a small amount of bar, but at least you'll get something even if you don't make contact with the opponent. You can now link a crouching medium punch if Cammy crosses up with her V skill. Before you can only do this if Cammy landed a counter hit on her V skill, but now you can always do this, so this really helps Cammy's mix-up game. Alright, these are some bonus changes in the Laura build. While in V-Trigger, Cammy will now lose half of her total timer whenever she uses any of her augmented attacks. In the earlier builds, Cammy was able to get away with using 3 augmented attacks before the timer expired, but now you can only do 2. I guess Capcom felt it was too powerful to allow Cammy to combo into her V-Trigger and then link the 2 special moves, and then still have 1 special move left during her V-Trigger afterwards. Every single version of Cammy's Cannon Strike, normal, EX, and V-Trigger versions can no longer be done while jumping backwards or after a neutral jump. This is very similar to how they changed Ryu's Hurricane Kick, how he couldn't jump backwards or do a neutral jumping version as well. I guess Capcom feels that they just want you to only jump forward when you do these attacks. Cammy's crouching hard punch is no longer a crush counter. So I guess Cammy has to rely on her standing hard kick now. I don't know if they'll be replacing it with something else, we have to check in the latest build. That's about it for Cammy guys, all the footage that I had recorded. I did leave out that her EX spiral arrow no longer pierces the opponent when they block it, and I'm hearing rumors that in the future builds, Cammy's forward hard kick is plus on block, so that will really help her pressure. So let's move on to Birdie now. Birdie's standing hard punch is now a crush counter. I would say this is a really powerful crush counter because of the insane amount of range, but it's funny because when making this video, I found out that he actually lost this crush counter in the latest build. Next up, Birdie's forward hard punch command normal is no longer a crush counter. I think that Capcom felt it was too powerful giving Birdie a normal that's a crush counter and has armor at the same time, but now I wonder if they gave this back to him since they removed his standing hard punch being a crush counter in the latest build. Birdie can no longer link a crouching light punch into itself or into a standing light punch. As we know in previous builds, Birdie players used to fish with this all the time for really easy damage. I guess Capcom didn't want that. This makes sense considering how long range Birdie's crouching light punch actually is. Birdie can now link a standing light kick into standing medium punch. I found it really strange that Capcom would give Birdie the ability to link a light into a medium, but then I heard that they took this out in the latest build. Moving on, Birdie's V-Trigger activation now has its own hitbox. This is a great change and it's something I wanted since the E3 build when I first saw it. This also allows Birdie to do some more combos. Birdie can now V-Trigger cancel off all his normal and EX versions of his Bullhead and Bullhorn special attacks. Before, it was pretty tough for Birdie to activate his V-Trigger, it had such a long start up to it, and you can pretty much only use the EX version of his bullhead to activate safely. But now you have a ton of options with using any of his special moves. As long as you combo into it, it'll be pretty damn safe, and it'll even give you an opportunity to do some combos you couldn't otherwise do. Birdie's Bullhorn special attack can now be charged with any punch and kick button. So this gives the players a lot of options now to charge this attack, because sometimes, you know, if you held down your medium punch for example, then you'd lose your anti-air. So now you have the kick buttons for access as well. In addition to this, to do the EX version, you can simply combine both attacks, so you can hold a punch and a kick as long as you don't accidentally do a throw or something like that, and that will also bring out the EX versions. Next up, Birdie can now special cancel from his crouching hard punch. A small change, but it's still a pretty useful one to give Birdie an option of canceling from a hard attack button, since he can't cancel from his standing hard punch. During V-Trigger, Birdie now has increased movement speed. So Birdie already was pretty damn dangerous when he activated his V-Trigger, but this movement speed will help him catch up to the opponent so the opponent can't just run away from him. This isn't just his walk speed, this also changes his jump and his dashes and backdashes. Birdie's V-skill will now increase his V-Trigger timer after he has activated V-Trigger. This is a pretty unique change. As far as I know, Birdie is the only character that's able to do this. It kind of makes sense if you think about it, since Birdie's V-skill would be completely useless, the neutral one, if you already activated V-Trigger. Birdie's Bullhead is now much more punishable on block. So first off, Birdie is a lot more negative. I think he's up to -10 on his light and medium versions and his EX version, and his hard punch version is -5, I think. But he's also a lot closer to the opponent when they block him as well. This change makes sense because Birdie was really far away from you after you blocked this move, and you couldn't really punish him that easily. Alright guys, it's time for some Nash. So first off, Nash's V-Trigger commands have been changed. So instead of using down, back, and forward, you're now using back, neutral, and forward. So to clarify Nash's new V-Trigger commands, if you hold back and activate, you'll appear above and in front of your opponent. If you hold forward, you'll appear behind and above your opponent. And if you hold no directions and just activate it neutral, you'll appear on the ground behind the opponent. If you hold down or down forward or down back and activate, you'll still appear on the ground behind your opponent. Next up, Nash's super now does quite a bit of chip damage. This just gives Nash an option to chip out the opponent if he's really low on life. Next up, Nash's regular Sonic Boom can no longer be V-Trigger cancelled on the startup on whiff. Keep in mind that Nash can still V-Trigger cancel his EX version of his Sonic Boom on whiff, the first Sonic Boom. So I guess Capcom felt that this mix-up was too powerful, but to compensate, you now have to spend 1 meter to do it. When juggling Nash's forward light kick command normal, it now causes an air reset instead of a knockdown. This is great for maintaining pressure with Nash. You can go for a quick meaty, or you can simply throw your opponent afterwards. Nash's forward light kick is now a lot safer on block. Using this at point blank range, you're -1 I believe. But when you use this further away, you're obviously a lot more safer. So this allows some really easy pressure with Nash since his forward light kick is so fast. Nash's forward hard punch crush counter now causes a crumpled state. So in the earlier builds, this just stunned the opponent for a long amount of time. Now it kind of acts like getting hit by a focus attack, where they'll slowly fall to the ground, and if you hit them, they'll be knocked up in the air. Nash's standing hard punch is now a crush counter. So to compensate, Nash now has a new crush counter with standing hard punch. It doesn't put him in a crumpled state, but the range isn't as far as his forward hard punch. Nash can now link a standing medium punch after a crouching hard punch. As far as I can remember, this link didn't work before. This makes Nash's combos a lot more reliable because before you had to link into a back medium kick, and sometimes if you were too far from your opponent, it would whiff. Next up, you can now special cancel out of Nash's standing medium kick. It's a small but decent change. This allows Nash to now anti-air with his standing medium kick and then quickly cancel it into a Sonic Boom and then maintain pressure. You can no longer juggle with a jumping hard punch or hard kick after V-Trigger canceling an EX Sonic Scythe. Keep in mind that you can still do this after doing a normal hard kick version of his Sonic Scythe. Every version of Nash's Tragedy Assault is no longer an overhead. So from what I remember, Nash's hard punch version of his Tragedy Assault was the overhead, but now all versions now hit high. I felt this move was pretty weak to begin with. I'm surprised that Capcom actually didn't buff this move. Nash's EX Sonic Scythe now has a lot faster startup. With faster startup, this makes this move a lot more reliable as an anti-air option. It also creates some pretty good combo options in the corner. you can link an EX version of a Sonic Scythe after a normal version. Don't get your hopes up though, because I heard they took this out in the most recent version. Finally, Nash's EX Moonsault Slash tracks better and hits lower to the ground. The EX version of this move was probably the worst special move in the entire game, so I'm glad that Capcom buffed this. The improved tracking makes it a lot more reliable, and you can still link after this and follow up with a combo. So that's it for all the changes for the original Core 6 cast. I just want to say thanks guys for taking the time to watch this video. It was fun to make and start a new series, and now you guys have something to start off with when you begin the next beta phase, and you can see the changes that they made to these characters depending on which characters Capcom gives us. As usual guys, stay tuned for more Street Fighter V coverage in the future. Peace.